Namaste and welcome to this last module of this FDP on implementation of modern tools in teaching learning process. Dear learners, the learning outcomes of this module are the learners will be able to implement various modern pedagogical techniques in their classroom or through online teaching. The learners will be able to design the lecture using suitable pedagogy and utilize the strategy to implement it. With these learning outcomes, we'll go further to see what is important in teaching practice. Learning various modern tools for teaching is the first step. Dear learners, do you feel just by learning various tools for teaching, it is going to be sufficient? No. When you have learned so many modern tools for teaching, then it is implementation. That is very important. When you are going to implement various active learning strategies in the classroom to achieve the learning outcomes, that is going to be very, very important. Not only the implementation, but the evaluation whether these learning outcomes have been achieved by the students or not, that is also equally important. Therefore, learning is the first step. Implementing these learned tools is the second step, while evaluating is the third step. Now, this is the time to think and reflect. The question is, which modern tools for teaching you have learned during this 4-week online FDP? Pause the video and jot down all the modern tools that you have learned in this FDP. Now, play the video and here are your answers. We started our week 1 by learning what are the challenges of 21st century are there to the teachers. And then we have seen what are the effective teaching practices through teaching practices inventory and teaching behaviors inventory. Then we have seen various modern pedagogical techniques that we should utilize in our classrooms, like that of cooperative learning, collaborative learning, inquiry-based learning, project-based learning, and problem-based learning. So this was all about what we have seen in week 1. The various tools which we learned in week 2 were effective presentations, animations, and video resources that can be created. How we can create our own website was also studied in week 2. And then in third week, we have gone for learning management system, where we have seen the open source Genomio Moodle platform, how to implement it. And with that, we have also come up with the Google resources, that is a Google Classroom, Google Forms, how we can utilize it in teaching. Along with that, few of the student response systems we have studied. In week 4, we have gone through free software tools available for online teaching and how we can create the effective e-content by using these various online tools which are freely available. We have seen how we can conduct the online quizzes and evaluate the students. Not only that, we have also seen how we can do the online streaming and conduct the webinars. We have seen how we can conduct the discussion forums online. So within these 4 weeks, we have seen so many tools together which can be implemented in our online teaching or into our classrooms. Now I'm just going through the various group learning techniques that we have implemented. If you can see into this photograph, you will find we have distributed the students in various groups, and whatever the concept they have learned, they are revising, they are telling to one another the concept what they have learned, and that becomes the revision for them. You can see here we have taken various groups and we have arranged the competition based on what has been taught, so that as a group they are coming together, discussing on the topic and creating their answers and coming ahead and telling to other groups, and a group which can get the good marks, the highest marks, that can be selected as the winners of the group. And we have also seen, we have taken the selfie with the winners team, runners team, so that we can motivate the students, and therefore we are implementing group learning techniques which we have seen already in week 1. Not only this, you can see the collaborative learning happening into the classroom, where the students are in a team, learning the strategy, learning the concept, discussing among the pairs, and the solo person is coming and guiding the students that what he knows about it. Therefore the involvement of each and every student takes place. Not only that, even we have implemented peer teaching. You can see the students are discussing whatever the concept we have taught to them with other students. So this also helps to achieve the learning outcomes. Now let us go to see how we have implemented the Moodle as learning management system. You can see this is the Moodle site of Department of Pharmacy, where we have created a separate Moodle site for first year as well as second year. Every class is having it, and all the subjects which are there for this class have been taken on a common platform. So you can see the various subjects over here, their learning outcomes, the course outcomes COs have been given over here. And if you can click any of the subject, you will find that the material is put or is available in your Moodle platform. You can see the various modules which are there into this subject. So you can see number 1, chemotherapeutic agents, number 2, local anesthetic. So you'll find that various modules have been added, videos are there, learning material is there, and even the quizzes have been formed. We have also implemented flipped classroom strategy, where the videos are shared to the students which they can watch at home, and when they come into the classroom we conduct the activity called as think pair share, TPS activity. So the students are given time to think on whatever video they have seen. Some question is given, they think, then they answer it in the pairs, and then they come ahead to share. So this is another strategy which we have implemented in our institute. Not only that, we have even used the Mentimeter, where the students have been given the quiz online, and whatever they are giving the answers, they have been recorded in a real time by using Mentimeter. We have also used the plickers, where the students have used the plicker boards to give their answers. We have this implementation of quiz using the Google form. We have even created our Google Classrooms. Then you can see this is a Testmos quiz which has been used, where even 11,000 students have from India have given answers to this one of the quiz. So we are implementing online teaching tools. You can see even the certificate creation has also been done. One quiz was given, based on that even the certificate has been generated, which can act as a motivation to the students. So if you want to have an effective teaching learning process, The first part is the planning of the lecture. How much time you are going to devote for explanation of your concept, that needs to be planned. Then which active learning strategy you are going to implement in the classroom, that needs to be finalized. My dear colleagues, you can't devote 60 minutes lecture just to give a traditional classroom lecture. But apart from it, you can clear the concept within 30 minutes. You can go to devote the remaining 30 minutes to implement some active learning strategy. Then and then only the teaching learning process will happen. The time you can have 40 for concept, 20 for active learning strategy, 30-30, or 20 for concept and 40 for active learning strategy. It all depends upon you. You need to plan it. But don't devote whole lecture only for delivering the material from your side. The involvement of the student by implementing active learning strategy is required. So implement that during the lecture. So you have done the planning, you have implemented the strategy, and then the evaluation of that learning through quizzes, activity, games, or assignments will complete the loop of effective teaching learning process. So dear colleagues, let us contribute to be an effective teacher. Let us come together to make this transformation of teaching learning process a revolution. Hope you have enjoyed the course and will take this revolution of teaching learning process further to enlighten our fraternity and shape the coming generations of students. Long live teaching fraternity. Dear colleagues, I hope that you will implement whatever you have learned through this 4-week FDP on online tools for teaching learning process, and implement a learning strategy, active learning strategy in every lecture, so that a revolution in teaching learning process will be brought. I wish you all the best and hope that this FDP has made you a different teacher who can implement active learning strategies and make this teaching learning process a wonderful experience in the lives of students. Thank you and happy learning.